What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Trucker 219. So a fellow truck driver made a video on TikTok and I seen it, and it's been rubbing me the wrong way ever since I seen it, and I got some words to say about it. Let's get into it. So a couple of days ago, this fellow driver made a video talking about how he drives and explaining why truckers do certain things. And this specific thing that this truck driver was saying that other truck drivers do, I completely disagree with it. I think it's absolutely wrong and not the correct way to handle it, and I want to talk about that. So I'm going to go ahead and play his video for you. This way you can see what he's talking about, and we'll talk about it a little bit more afterwards. Here we go.
This is why truck drivers try their best to avoid riding in the right lane unless we absolutely have to. Something I see on social media every single day is how mad people get when they see a semi-truck not driving in the right lane. It's literally because some people do not know how to merge onto a freeway. There will be cars that try merging onto the freeway going 45, 50 miles per hour, when traffic is going way faster than that. The crazy thing is, when they merge onto the freeway, I know they see this semi-truck coming right at them, but they still go about their day and merge onto the freeway at 50 miles per hour. What you gotta keep in mind is that my truck is anywhere from 60 to 80,000 pounds every single time. This truck won't stop at a snap of a finger. It takes the length of 2 football fields to come to a complete stop at that speed. So the odds of me getting into an accident because I'm driving in the right lane are super high, especially when people don't know how to merge onto the freeway correctly. It's safer to be in the middle than the right.
There's a couple of things wrong with this video. The first thing I notice is the fact that his electrical line doesn't have the latch at the top of it to keep it into place. Good luck passing an inspection with that, buddy. So some of the information he has in this video is accurate. We do deal with people that do not know how to merge onto an interstate. Anybody merging onto the interstate, it is their responsibility and their responsibility only to merge into traffic. There's a yield sign at the top of every single on-ramp. So anybody coming onto the interstate has to make sure that their speed is matching the traffic that is on the highway. If it's not matching the traffic, they either have to slow down or speed up to be able to merge into traffic safely. It is on them. If you have the ability to move over when somebody is merging, you can move over into the left lane if there's room and it's safe for you to do so. If not, hold your lane. It's not that hard. Hold your lane. So this is what this driver is suggesting be done. I'm going to go ahead and draw here on my screen. Don't fault me for crappy drawing. I'm not an artist over here. So we have lane 1, lane 2, and lane 3. This is your far left lane, this is your far right lane, this is your middle lane. So he's suggesting that you stay right here in the middle lane. All for the idea that people coming onto the on-ramp are going to create a hazard if you're in the right lane. So the issue that is there is later on down the line after that you're past any merging area. So say you are over here in the middle lane and this is where you like to stay. Now another truck is coming up here behind you. You have the opportunity over here to move over, but you don't want to move over because you like to ride the middle lane. Okay, so what is this truck supposed to do if he is faster than this truck? He is in, this truck right here is in the passing lane because this truck is technically supposed to be over here. So what is he supposed to do? His options are either A, move over here, which in most states it's illegal for trucks to be in the left lane. Or his other option is to come over here and pass him. And this creates an issue for this driver's blind side. He cannot see as clearly on this side a truck passing him as he can on this side. So it creates a problem for that driver. So he's left with no option but to make a choice, whether or not to pass on the blind side or pass on the illegal side. If it's my choice, every time I'm going to save myself a ticket. I'm going to pass on the right side. And this means if this guy right here has a hazard, say this number 2 right here is a hazard for him and he needs to move over quick, but there's a vehicle over here already, and I'm coming up passing him on this side, he has no choice but to brake, or he's got to find an out, but there is no out. But he has to make a choice which vehicle he's going to hit. If you're driving, let me erase some of this stuff. If you're driving over here in the right lane, as a typical rule, if you stay right except to pass, there's always a shoulder. There's always a shoulder to go to. If there is an emergency right here with the number 3, and there's a vehicle right here on this side and he can't move that way, there's always the shoulder. So that's where I choose to stay all the time. I will always stay in the right lane except to pass. If there's another truck up ahead and I'm going quicker than he is, I can move over here to this lane. Obviously move safely when you can, and there's enough room to. If you have to slow down a little bit, it's not the end of the world. Don't cut people off. Move over, pass them up, and then move right back over into the right lane. Same thing if somebody's coming up on the on-ramp. It is their responsibility, because there is yield signs. It's their responsibility to move onto the interstate safely. So if I'm here in my truck and there's a vehicle over here trying to come on, there's normally a little bit of a stretch here before the lane ends, and they got to come into the interstate. So if they can't figure out to either speed up or slow down to make it happen, they're going to be stuck and they're going to have to stop. Either that, or they're going to merge into me and create an accident, which the responsibility of that accident will be on this driver, not this driver, because there is that yield sign. Okay, so that's why I will always ride the right lane. And same thing with the middle lanes too. If the middle lane driver merges over onto this vehicle right here because they can't see him in their blind side, they can't see this car here. They can't see that car. So if they merge over and either A, run this vehicle off of the road or wreck this vehicle is not responsible for that accident. This vehicle is, because they have the responsibility to merge safely, not this person. So it doesn't make sense to ride the middle lane ever. If you're riding the middle lane, that's not the proper way to do it. So go ahead and take a lesson from good old Trucker 219 and stay in the right lane unless you intend on passing. It's much safer to do that. This guy's logic that it's safer over here is flawed. It's just not. Because the responsibility of any vehicle you are in control of is on you and you alone. It's not the person coming on the interstate's safety. It's not the person in the middle lane. You are responsible for your own vehicle. So make good choices that will prevent accidents later on down the line. Look, here's the deal. I can't tell this guy how to drive his truck, and he's going to do what he's going to do either way. I'm just telling you that this is not the correct way to do it, and this is not how I drive. I drive in the right lane except to pass, and that's how I drive my truck. I stay in the right lane. If I can merge over for somebody coming onto the on-ramp, I'll do it. If not, I'm going to hold my lane. I understand if you need to jump into the middle lane for a temporary time, but get right back over. It's not that difficult. I personally would rather make several different lane changes throughout my day than to cause a problem for other drivers. If I'm going quicker than somebody else, I'm going to pass them. And if I can't pass the guy that is hogging the middle lane and he comes up to a spot where he can get over, I'm going to hop into that right lane because it's not illegal, and I'm going to pass him on the right side. If a driver is in the middle lane and he merges over on somebody that he doesn't see, he's at fault at that point. Anybody coming onto an on-ramp, it's their responsibility to merge safely. Anybody merging, it's their responsibility to merge safely. It's safer to ride the right lane because the responsibility of an accident will not fall on you if you're following the rules of the road. Look, this was a bit of a long-winded rant over here on Trucker 219. If you like this content and you want more of it, please subscribe. If not, and you think I'm wrong and you should stay in the middle lane, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'm happy to have a discussion. And if this driver that made this video wants to have a talk about it, I'd be more than happy to. My email is always in the description below. He can reach out to me there. If you guys want to send him this video and tell him Trucker 219 said he was wrong, go for it. Everybody be safe out there. Do the best you can. Drive your vehicles the way you know how, the way that works for you. But if it comes time for an accident or things happening out on the road, you're the one in control of that vehicle. So your choices could end up being a problem later on down the line. Make good choices, people. Be safe, and I'll catch you on the next one.